It is said to be the safest airplane of the world. Built for the world's most powerful head of state, the machine is known under the radio call sign Air Force One. Did you know there is no other plane surrounded by as many myths as the plane of the President of the United States? But which of those are actually true? A look behind the scenes will help to clarify this. Myth 1. Allegedly, the President's aircraft has an unlimited flying range. A special modification can help the head of state to be able to fly back non-stop to Washington from any place on Earth in the case of an emergency. But how can that be possible since the fuel tanks of a passenger plane are exclusively installed in the wings, which puts a limit to the amount of kerosene? Joachim Springstuber worked for many years as a flight engineer and knows all the myths surrounding Air Force One.
Also man geht davon aus, dass auf der Air Force One 2 zusätzliche Tanks eingebaut sind oder mehrere zusätzliche Tanks eingebaut sind, die die Reichweite reichlich erhöhen. Und es ist sehr wahrscheinlich, dass sie in den Frachträumen eingebaut sind, da wo wir uns jetzt befinden.
So the additional tanks are built into such a cargo compartment like the one of this Boeing 747. It would in fact increase the range enormously, and the machine could travel back to the USA from any given place on Earth. From the outside, the plane looks like any other passenger plane. And this is actually the basis of the high-tech machine, a modified Boeing 747-200B from 1986. Maximum cruise speed 1,114 kilometers per hour. And it offers lots of space. The President's aircraft features just short of 400 square meters on 2 floors and is distributed as follows. At the very front of the lower deck is the Presidential Suite, equipped with 2 beds and a bathroom. Right next to it, the office. Behind it is a medical ward for mid-air emergencies, the buffet and conference rooms. In the rear part, passenger cabins for up to 70 fellow passengers, like journalists, for example. There are another 23 crew members on board as well. On the second floor, the cockpit of the Air Force One and the sleeper cabs for the crew. Next door is the flying office headquarters. The next myth. The electronics are able to withstand a nuclear explosion. Air Force One is said to be a flying fallout shelter. Normally, a nuclear explosion with its electromagnetic impulses would immediately destroy any electronics on board.
Also es ist so, dass die Air Force One wie ein faradäischer Käfig wirkt, dass also die Strahlen da nicht durchkommen. Und zum Zweiten ist die ganze Verkabelung mit Glasfasern, sodass die elektromagnetischen Strahlen diesem Flugzeug nichts anhaben können.
These safety appliances are supported by a special body shell which encircles the entire presidential airplane like a protective coating.
So eine Außenhaut wie der faradäische Käfig und diese Glasfaserkabel reichen aus, um einen Präsidenten zu schützen, auch gegenüber Atombombenexplosionen.
Next myth, a medical ward with an operating room on board. On every flight of Air Force One, there's a doctor on board. Nothing unusual. But what if things really get serious and the life of the head of state is at stake? Is it possible to conduct an emergency operation at a height of 10,000 meters?
Also in der Air Force One ist es möglich, es gibt einen Raum, den man umbauen kann zu einem medizinischen Raum und inklusive Operationstisch, und ein Arzt ist immer an Bord, der also im Notfall auch eine Operation durchführen könnte. Es sind sogar extra Sauerstoffflaschen an Bord, die nur für diesen medizinischen Zweck notwendig sind.
A permanent danger, terrorist attacks. The Boeing 747 has one weakness. It can't counterattack when being fired at. In case of an immediate threat, there are supposed to be 2 interceptor planes on site within minutes. Is that true?
Bei der Air Force One ist es so, dass normalerweise das Flugzeug nicht von Abfangjägern begleitet wird, nur in ganz wenigen Ausnahmen.
So, Air Force One is in fact the best equipped aircraft in the world. Is it the safest too?
Ich als Flugingenieur bin sicher, dass es eines der sichersten Flugzeuge auf der Welt ist.
By the way, the plane is only called Air Force One if the President of the United States is on board. If he's not, it's called Air Force Two.